Alright, hello gamers, today is Tuesday, May 21st, and we got some Guild Wars 2 news. We've got release highlights. Actually, I skimmed over this just on complete muscle memory here. Basically, if you've got add-ons, most notably things like Arc TPS, they're probably going to break today because of the new patch. If you have trouble launching your game and it just keeps crashing, if you have add-ons, disable those. Before you troubleshoot anything else, try disabling your add-ons. Alright, release highlights. The final major release of Guild Wars 2, SOTO, is here, bringing the commander deeper into the world of Neos to the citadel of Zekiros, where the indomitable Midnight King himself resides. For anyone who doesn't know, the original plan for the Secrets of the Obscure expansion was 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months into the expansion. They were going to release a huge content patch with additional parts of the expansion. This is the 9-month patch. So 3 months after this is when we're supposed to be jumping into the next mini expansion. The Wizard's Vault has been updated with new rewards and objectives. A new Fractal dungeon has been added called the Lonely Tower, which we saw a preview of the other day. It involved Zoja and other wizards that were fighting through the Wizard's Tower against the Ooga Boogas. A challenge mode difficulty tier for convergences has been added, as well as a new convergence boss. Convergences are, of course, the content that scales usually between like 10 to 50 people, and is one of the things you could do to farm the Rift Essences if you're trying to get the Legendary Obsidian Armor. A new Mastery tier, Wayfinder Mastery, has been added to the Astral Ward Mastery track. I don't know what that Mastery does, but I've never seen a Mastery I was excited for other than auto loot, so okay. New events and adventures have been added to Interneos and Amnitas. A 6th guild slot has been unlocked for all accounts. Quick note on this. The reason they did this was so that if you were trying to World v World with a group, and then they were like, well, now World v World is tied to your guild, not your server. And so people are like, but I'm already in a bunch of guilds I want to be in, and these aren't World v World guilds. So they were like, fine, here's a 6th guild slot. This is your World v World slot. You can use it for whatever you want, but do not complain if you get into a 6th social. I know you're all so social. If you get into a 6th social guild and then you're like, oh, I can't World v World, that's a you problem. All right? They're not, I don't think they're going to give you a 7th slot. That's a you problem. So do what you want with it, but that's the intended purpose of it. All right, 6 new relics have been added. I think if you have the legendary relic, all SOTO stuff will be added to it automatically, but anything after that, you have to obtain the relic at least once for it to be added to the legendary relic drop-down menu. We'll see if they still went by that. The 2nd tier of the legendary Obsidian Armor set has been added. That is, of course, we saw a trailer for that the other day. It's got a unsheath animation and lots of stuff. I still have it open right here. It has a unsheath animation and little glowy runes on it. So if you made any pieces of obsidian armor, if you like this, there will be some sort of process that will upgrade your obsidian armor to that glowy rune obsidian armor. It's an optional cosmetic thing. The stats are the same. The quality of life updates has been made, including custom reticles for Action Cam. So both of the players that use Action Camera will be very excited about that. A new ranger pet, the Juvenile Spine Gazer, is now available. I don't know what this thing does. I will say I'm personally hoping it has a F2 that gives the group like 1 stack of stability, for 5 seconds with a cooldown, just because Heal Untamed has no way of giving its group stability, and that would solve that problem, and it would open a lot of doors. But if it does literally anything else, then it's just kind of like, okay. Once I find out where it is, I'll make a little guide for it. I'll make like a 1-minute video for that. Updates have been made to World versus World. You're not allowed to know what they are. The Midnight King. After Pathos' failed gamble at the Colosseum, turmoil grips Interneos. Eparch hunkers in the spires of Zekiros, amassing unfathomable power. I don't think you understand how much I can fathom. Isgarin has yet to commit the full might of the Astral Ward, but the time for Pathos' forces to strike runs short. Shoulder to shoulder with an unlikely alliance of soldiers, wizards, and demons, the Wayfinder spearheads a desperate attempt to overthrow the Midnight King and take the throne of the Realm of Dreams. And then we can put a different demon despot on the throne. Yay! Wizard's Vault. The Wizard's Vault inventory has been updated for the new season. Last season's unique rewards are now available in the Legacy shop. I think there's a new skimmer on there. New special objectives for the seasons have been added, and more will appear over the course of the season, including special objectives associated with bonus events and festivals. Shop inventory updates. The Legendary Weapons Starter Kit has been updated to Set 4, with 2 new kits and 2 returning kits available. This, of course, is one of the largest value things in the Wizard's Vault. If you complete it, it's like between a third and half the value of a legendary. We're talking like 500 to 1,000 gold worth of materials are in this, but you have to complete the construction of the legendary to, get the whole thing. But big value item if you will finish it at any point. Update is live. Thank you. If you're watching this later on YouTube, I'm recording this as we're waiting on the update to hit. Sounds like it just did. Fractals, the Lonely Tower. Immediately following the foundation of the Astral Ward, Epark finally returned to Tyria to strike back against Isgarin's betrayal. This time with a full entourage. Help Isgarin, Mabon, and Dagda navigate the crumbling halls of the Wizard's Tower and push the Cryptus back to where they came from. In order to make room for the new Fractal, the Fractals found on the following levels have been adjusted. And there's a bunch of numbers here. Just really, really quick here for anyone who doesn't know, I'm going to go in game. I'm going to the Fractal door. So there are many Fractals that repeat, like Swampland is 77 and also 89. So, and stuff like that. There's many dupes in here. So like that Swampland is harder than that Swampland, but they're both Swampland. So they just got rid of some of the dupes to make room for this one. All right, General, new Ranger pet, Juvenile Spine Gazer is available inside Interneos. Squad messages under a certain length can now be viewed on the minimap by hovering over a commander tag icon. The maximum number of guild membership slots increased to 6 for all players. Reduce the number of correct channels required to open both lesser and greater arcane chests. Oh, nice! I am tired of this minigame. It's playing Bop It. I have characters parked at a bunch of those boxes, so I play Bop It on those boxes like a bunch of times each day. I tire of that. Fixed an issue that prevented charge time from being properly reduced if a player with both Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire and Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure Skyscale Masteries unlocked held the key to charge wall spring ability before clinging to a wall. 1, it is awesome they did this. 2, actually, it was a viewer that told me about it, and then I replicated it, I recorded it, and I put it on blast on Twitter. So I'm saying I might have played a part in this, but it's also possible I did nothing here. 3, I'm sad it took them 9 months to fix this, but I'm glad it's fixed. Yeah, for anyone who didn't know, when you would get on to, like, attach to a wall and then hold the space bar, get stamina, and leap off the wall with the sky scale, it behaved differently than if you were already holding space bar when you attached to the wall. If you did that, it would behave in a different manner. Hold on, come on, camera. Come on. Oh my gosh, it's such an old man. There we go, okay. All right. Cryptus Rifts will now attract more enemies than before, and when enemies are defeated, reinforcements arrive sooner. This change applies to all Cryptus Rifts except those found in Interneos. Fixed an issue that caused the list of active rifts accessed by using Scan for Rift to display Mount Maelstrom's map when viewing rift activity in Seitung, and Seitung's map when viewing activity in Mount Maelstrom. I never saw this, that's funny. People, it's like that meme with SpongeBob and his eyes looking in different directions. Fixed an issue that prevented certain Tier 2 Cryptus Rifts events from scaling properly. The bird whistle required to complete Skyscale Toys collection is now available for purchase from Otrog Bird Whisperer, who is in Grostel's Crawl near Ebbinghart Run and Iron Marches. Yeah, the Skyscale Toys collection requires this obscure item because I called a bird whistle toy, and it was purchasable from a one merchant, and the merchant stopped selling it like a patch ago or something. And so people couldn't finish that step. And it was like really annoying. So I'm glad they fixed this. That just needed to be fixed. The Rising Spirits Mastery now activates upon entering most ley lines outside of the Horns of Maguma region. Isn't it streaming birthday for Muck? This coming Sunday. This coming Sunday is when I'm streaming all day, and then we're giving out like 9 legendaries and stuff like that. It's actually the last day of the drops too, so. All lounge passes available for purchase from the Black Lion Trading Company now provide an option to teleport to the Wizard's Tower. That wasn't me. To see this option, players must first unlock access to the Wizard's Tower by completing the 6 Guild Wars 2 SOTO story chapter, Tower Secrets. Did you activate drops? They should be. I'll double check in a sec. Fixed an issue that could cause progress towards completing the Defeat the Fire Elemental World Boss or complete events in Metrical Province objective in the Wizard's Vault to be awarded when events in Iron Marches are completed. I think the biggest problem with the Fire Elemental is every single time it hits you with something that you could have avoided, it pops up the tutorial on jumping. And I gotta say, as someone who's played like 80,000 hours of this game, it's kind of a slap in the face when that thing pops up. Like, yes, maybe I could have been focusing a little harder and, locking in a bit more on freaking Fire Elemental, but you don't need to pop up the jumping tutorial anytime a shockwave hits me on that boss fight. Look, I'm there to chill, okay? If I'm fighting Fire Elemental, it's because I wasn't in the mood to do serious content. Get off my back. All right, chapters 4 and 8 of the Guild Wars 2 SOTO story will now properly award credit toward completing Rift events in the following maps. There you go. Fixed an issue that prevented multiple updrafts in Skywatch Archipelago, Amanitas, and Inner Mayonnaise from properly recognizing mastery progression. Fixed an issue that prevented the Kinkaishi Falls point of interest icon in the Echovald Wilds map from flashing when a player who had not discovered it moved their mouse over it. That is good. That was really annoying. Unified the icon colors used in the Skyscale Target Practice Adventures. JTech offense and defense protocols effect cooldowns have been reverted to 30 seconds, down from 90 seconds. Oh man, when they made this change, they destroyed these things. So they're undoing that change. Note that the issue that allowed these effects to trigger more frequently than every 30 seconds remains fixed. This is in line with the original intent of these effects to provide a temporary boost of power at the start of combat and prevents the unintended behavior of using them to permanently maintain boons. Sons of Svanir and Bjora will now count toward the Sons of Svanir's Bane achievement and the Defeat 100 Void Enemies or Sons of Svanir objective in the Wizard's Vault. Sons of Svanir enemies in Dragonstorm event will now count as Sons of Svanir. Fixed an issue that prevented Lady Shamsher's bounty event in Domain of Istan from restarting properly. Fixed an issue that prevented Ballistician Dexa from moving, halting progress in the Collect Scrap to help Ballistician Dexa build her siege weapon in Cursed Shore. Fixed an issue that caused an enemy in the Clear Broken Spit of the Risen Sea Creatures Replicating Themselves event. Is there actually an event in-game called Clear Broken Spit of the Risen Sea Creatures Replicating Themselves? That is a lot. Event in Straits of Devastation to be inaccessible, preventing event completion. Fixed an issue that could cause Captain Fa to become stuck during the battle for the Jade Sea meta event halting progress. Ramses and Erina will now display markers to indicate the optional conversation dialogue is available during Chapter 11 Guild Wars 2 SOTO. In Chapters 11, 12, and 13 of SOTO, party members will now be able to see conversations when the instance owner initiates them. A new achievement for collecting minis from SOTO has been added. Entering the Wizard's Tower or Lion's Arch will retroactively update progress. Action cam reticle settings. This was shown in a previous news thing that we went over. The ability to customize the shape and color of action cam reticles has been added. The feature can be found in the General Options tab of the Options panel. Really quick in the background here, I'm going to update my game while we're talking. And let's see, including aiming the Skyscale's Fireball skill. A lot of people, under the video where we talked about the action cam reticle settings, a lot of folks said, I hope this applies to the Skyscale. And it's good to see that it does, because a lot of people wanted that. Alright, I am downloading the patch in the background. Skywatch Archipelago. Lower the difficulty of Protect the Injured Rift Hunters event to make it easier to complete with one player. Amanitas. Additional events and adventures that can be completed solo have been added to Amanitas. Decrease the number of ritual moves needed to complete the Mimic Dagda's ritual moves to lend power to the summoning objective during Defeat Norris, the Eyes of the Abyss stage in the Defense of Amanitas meta event. I 100% disagree with this change because I think doing the yoga was actually the best part of the whole event. It was the only part where I wasn't staring at a giant flapping mass of Skyscale Skittle-colored wings beating in my face and giving me like an epileptic seizure. I think the yoga was the best part. More of that. I will say the only pose I ever did was the one where she did like the Naruto jutsu sign because I thought it looked cool, so I wasn't helping that much. I just did that one repeatedly because I thought it made my guy look very ninja-y. Alright, Power of God and anime on my side. The Starlight Lantern previously located in Cellar of Arcana in Amanitas has been moved outside, west of the point of interest to make it available when players cannot access the cellar. The Great Debates Hall point of interest radius has been adjusted, and it can now be unlocked by standing near the main gate while it's closed. Fixed an issue that caused Foro's dialogue to play from their character model instead of the player's communication device during the Help Foro Purge Corruption from the Animals and Return Them Home event in Amanitas. Fixed an issue that caused the creatures in Help Foro Purge Corruption from the Animals and Return Them Home event to display odd pathing behavior when moving into the kennels. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's so much. All right, my patching's done. Logging in. The Interneos, the Road to Hator, and the Fangs That Gnash event chains have been rebalanced to allow shorter overall runtimes with the introduction of the Into the Spider's Lair meta event. Interneos map completion rewards have been updated to standard map completion rewards. The Gift of Interneos is not included in this reward. The number of Starlight Lanterns that must be lit to complete the Illuminating Interneos achievement is unchanged and will persist regardless of map comp progress. Huh. The Interneos Explorable Zone's first waypoint will now be unlocked upon entering the map for the first time if a player has access to SOTO and has completed Chapter 11 or has started Chapter 14 or 17 on the story of any character. Added a fishing supplies vendor to the Astral Ward camp. New fishing holes will appear in bodies of water around Niedra surrounds and the Citadel of Zakuros following successful completion of the end of the... Fishermen, y'all are weird. Why y'all fishing in Neos? It's all like ash and pus. That place is disgusting. Don't eat the fish there. Added a cooldown to the hint that appears when running out of loose vegetation during use your sky scale to pick food and deliver it to the starting Cryptus event. Fixed an issue that caused loose vegetation to remain visible after completing the same event. Reduced the cooldown of throw food special action key from 5 to 3 seconds from the user sky the same event. Fixed an issue that prevented Frody and Edmund's dialogue from playing properly over the player's communication device during the Fangs That Gnash event chain. During the defeat the champ, yeah, I'm wondering if they fixed the issue where, like, when you're first going into SOTO and you get to the, like, title screen and, like, there's all those NPCs talking over it and you can't hear anything. I would like to see them fix that. During the Defeat the Champion Avatar of Envy event, encounters with Neridium, Chosen of Charybda, or Vespera, Scribe of Charybda, will now alternate instead of the chance to encounter them while being randomly determined. Reduce the frequency of dialogue lines heard while destroying Cryptus turrets in the Use Your Sky Scale to intercept magic around the Extractor event. Fixed an issue that caused some moving Cryptus turrets to have higher health than others should have. Alright, Wizard Tower. A Laurel Vendor, Guild Bank, and Black Lion Chess Merchant have been added to the northeast section of Imperia Plaza Point of Interest. Jade Tech Offensive and Defensive Protocols, a charging station, and a Jadebot Workbench have been added to the Imperium Plaza Point of Interest. Oh, they added Jadebot stuff to the Wizard's Tower. That's kind of cool. Items. Stealth now works correctly, affects players wearing Perfected Envoy armor. Wait, what? That's Raid Legendary armor. Are they saying that people in Raid Legendary armor weren't getting stealthed when they should have been? That means that Heal-Alike Specters are going to turn off your attacks even more! Nice! The World Boss Portal device, available from the Black Lion Trading Company, now includes notifications and teleporting options for convergences. To access this option, players must first unlock the Wizard's Tower by completing Chapter 6 SOTO. Purchasing the Serix Backpiece or Possession Infusion from Nikki the Lost in the Wizard's Tower now correctly requires completion of the Legendary Temple of Phoebe achievement. Drakar's Horde containers are now stackable. Yeah, I used to have 3 of those. I used them all up doing all those different build testing videos for you guys. Fractal Weapon Crate containers are now stackable. The recipe components for the following enhancement stations have been updated. Sharpening Stone, Tuning Crystal, and Maintenance Station. Fixed an issue that prevented players from teleporting back to their previous map from Noble's Folly Lounge Pass. Alright, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. World vs. World. Attack and defend events now display the health bars of the Tower Keep and Castle Lords. Siege Disruptors are now unblockable. The Chilling Fog tactic has been renamed Healing Mist. Oh, thank God they renamed it. The last patch notes we read said the Chilling Fog no longer chills. And we were just like... So clearly they saw me facepalm in that video. Chilling Fog has been renamed Healing Mist. This tactic will now deploy a Healing Mist throughout objectives that pulses healing to allied forces inside the objective for the duration. The amount of... I wonder if it snacks the regen or if it's just like regen. The amount of supply provided by the supply drop tactic has been increased from 100 to 200. Keep's base supply amount has been increased from 400 to 450. Their supply increase at tier 3 has been increased to 200 to 250. The capture boundaries for Stoneman's Castle and the northern camp in Alpine Borderlands have been slightly increased. A new one-time purchase container has been added to Legendary Commander Warrazer's Titles tab. The container will allow all players to select a title representing the current World v World names in preparation for their retirement with World Restructuring. Yo, everyone's going to be Maguma. Added the next team creation lockout timer to the guild panel user interface. Once the countdown timer is complete, players will be unable to change their World v World guild membership until the next World v World reset for their region. Profession skills. All right, class changes. Engineer. Hollowsmith. Fixed an issue that caused some players to use the engineer version of certain sword weapon skills instead of the Hollowsmith version, even when the Hollowsmith Elite specialization was equipped. So, Hollowsmith weapon has some interactions with the overheat mechanic that only Hollowsmith has, but if you have Weapon Master training, you can use the Hollowsmith sword on non-Hollowsmith engineers, and apparently it was not behaving right. Surprise Shot increased the cooldown from 8 to 12 seconds of PvP. I believe Surprise Shot is the tool belt skill you get for having the rifle turret on your bar. The problem with that one is there's a whole bunch of traits that will be like, yo, fire chain lightning at enemies while you use a tool belt skill. And Surprise Shot had a 8-second cooldown. So you could trigger all of those traits every 8 seconds. And it was a very popular build thing, honestly, for like the last 3 years. So they're changing that today, apparently. Particle Accelerator increased the cooldown from 10 to 15 seconds of PvP. Aim-assisted rocket fixed an issue that caused this trade to begin its internal cooldown when a missile struck an ally. What in the Vermintide? Yo, your ranged attacks are hitting allies now, engineers? Flashbang reduced the day's duration from 1 second to 0.5 in PvP. Lock On reduced the reveal duration when striking a stealth target from 6 to 2 seconds in PvP only. Reduce the reveal duration when disabling a target from 6 seconds to 4 in PvP. Alright, Mesmer. Mantra of Recovery increased the cooldown from 15 seconds to 24 in PvP only. Time Warp no longer inflicts chilled to enemies. Effervescence fixed an issue that caused the skill to be easily cancelled early. Are you on EU? I'm on EU right now, Rado. Ranger. Force of Nature. Reduce the damage bonus from 15% to 10% in PvP and World v World. Reduce stability stacks from 5 to 1 in PvP only. Reduced mace skill recharge from 100% to 20%. Oh my god. In PvP only. Rampant Growth reduced the damage coefficient from 1.0 to 0.91 in PvP only, so very, very small change there. Heavy Shot from the Juvenile Siege Turtle reduced the damage coefficient by half in PvP and World v World. Revenant. Coalescence of Ruin reduced the damage coefficient from 1.75 to 1.45 in PvP, increased the height of the damage hitbox. Field of the Mist reduced the damage coefficient from 1.35 to 1.1 in PvP and World v World. Urn of St. Victor reduced the strike damage reduction and the condition damage reduction from 50% to 33 in PvP, increased the cooldown from 2 to 10 seconds of PvP. And lastly, Thief Venomous Volley reduced the poison duration from 3 seconds to 2 in PvE. Harrowing Storm reduced torment duration from 4 to 2 in PvE. Cunning Salvo fixed an issue that caused this skill to restore profession mechanic resources when reflected by a non-thief player. Malicious Cunning Salvo reduced the bleeding stacks from 2 to 1 in PvE. Okay. Alright, so that is the changes, and as always, I'll have them linked down below. And let's hop back into the game here really quickly, and let's look at the new stuff is in here. So first off, the Wizard's Vault. Let's just go straight to the special. There's First Journey into the Spider's Lair, Story Chapter Sovereign of Naos, earn medals in Naos Recon Run, and forge a piece of obsidian or suffused obsidian Legacy Armor. Wow, Legacy Armor on one of the friggin' monthly things. Okay, let's see, Legacy, nope, not Legacy, Astral Rewards, okay. What do we have here? Let's see. Is that it? Okay, but the pants, I guess. Yes, but please, yes. Note my girded loins. There you go. That's that. Lunar Astrolabe. Let's see. What do we got here? Anything new? Okay, I'm just gonna blast through these real quick. We got Warhorn. We got Torch. We got Schwad. We got Staff. We got Shortbow. Shield. I was like, wow, that's not very impressive. Oh, that's the back. Scepter, Rifle, Pistol, Mace, and Longbow, Hammer, Greatsword, Focus, Dagger, and Axe. Alright, so that's a weapon collection if you're interested in any of that stuff. Shoulder, we got shoulder pads on top of shoulder pads. Got the coat skin. It's like having a popped collar for a dress. Little bottles on it too. Okay. Cape. That's the cape. The skimmer, enchanted skimmer skin. And it's got dancing will-o-wisps on it. Alright, so that's the new skimmer. And okay, that's all the stuff that's up there. We got the usual stuff. Okay, let's look at that starter kit. Which leggies are in it this time? The Dreamer, the Frostfang, the Juggernaut, and the Incinerator. Alright. And we're just going to pick that up right now. So, we got that. And someone pointed out the ticket stuff. We're going to go over here. Shadow Chevalier is here now. I don't know if this was already here now or not. I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure there was like the Venom stuff was here before. So I think this is all new. Alright, shortbow, dagger, focus, it's like a cup, it's like a goblet, great sword, hammer. This stuff makes me think of V Rising. This is very like Dracula weaponry. Scepter, shield. Oh my god. Bulwark of Azeroth, is that you? Not quite. It's getting there. A little door. Staff. Sword. Torch. Blue flames, of course. And Warhorn. Alright. That is that. Alright. Blackline Trading Company. Why are you flashing alerts at me? Fluffy Clouds Glider. Okay. Wolf Griffin skin. Oh my god, Aralozin's gonna go freaking crazy for this thing. Noxxi might as well. She just might dye it green. Alright, Wolf Griffin skin is now there. And I think the rest of that has been there before. Chat's yelling at me to look in the Black Lion box. Okay. Hold on. Alright. Black Lion. There it is. Alright. Preview. Let's see. Council of Commentators chair. And then it comes with coffee. Our caffeinated dad is gonna love this one. Alright. So you can all sit down and have a meeting. And you notice it's arched as well. So I think if you had 4 or 5 people with this, you could make a ring of these tables and all sit in a circle and then have to like someone sit in the middle and just judge them. You could use that for the news. News. Yep. It takes 4. Oh my gosh, people have already figured that out. So fast. Finally, a chair for inspecting outfits. Yes. Yeah, it's for the fashion police. People that are getting inspected have to just stand in the center of it. And then they just get inspected by everyone there. Okay. I think that's everything. And I'm eager to go play the new content. So I will wrap it up there. So, as always, I'll have links for all the new news stuff down in the comments below if you want to see any of this yourself. A reminder that from now until this coming Sunday, which is May 26th, they are doing drops on Twitch. So if you wish to, you can watch on Twitch to earn... I believe after 6 hours you get an outfit container and you get to pick an outfit from the Guild Wars 2 store from like a selection of all the early ones. Hey! Chip says hi. And then also May 26th, a friendly reminder for anyone that didn't hear, I'm going to be live that day the entire day celebrating 6 years of streaming without missing a single day because I have a problem. And on that day I'm giving this whole row out here. We've got 9 legendaries and an endless upgrade extractor. So we've got like between 10 and 20,000 gold worth of stuff here. We're giving away that Sunday. So I'll be live from noon to midnight, like 12 to 12 Eastern time, if you wish to hang out and visit us. And real quick, just, hey, what's up? Backwards Chip. Okay. And with that, I will wrap it up here. If you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, put them in the comment section down below, and I'll fight you there.